folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated. Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
That'll be why you don't hear anything. Because I was not on the stage. There we go. Now you should be able to hear stuff. My bad. Okay. Yeah, Friday's D1 is a doji, maybe sweep and then attack later this week at the doji at the top. Yeah. We'll start. I'll go to the daily as well. But I am thinking because of this trend that we've got, and because we're inside of this area, I think that we could do a bit more of a pullback, sweep some liquidity, and then have that up move. But I would like to see price push up and then go down. So I'm really waiting to see what this next 15 minutes is going to close as. The daily. Hey, Al. The daily closed on Friday as a doji. This one here. Morning, Marin. This one here closes the doji, and we had a doji in this area as well. And we had what happened was this candle pushed up into the wick, and then it closed pretty heavy down. So I'm wondering if we're going to do something, push up, and then start to push down, at least take out this doji low. I don't know if we're going to actually have the same response because that stage they were flowing to safe. It was flight to safety. This time is the opposite. But I can imagine that we push down into this wick a bit deeper, grab that liquidity, and then we can start to rise. If we go to the 4 hour, we're retesting this order block area, which was far to the left. Okay, I've got some areas in here where there was liquidity left behind that I am hoping that we can push up in the next like 5 minutes or so. Grab and then start to reject and close bearish. On the 3 hour, don't really have much to show you. I'll just, for sake of time, we'll go to the 1 hour. To the 1 hour, I'm looking at. We'll talk about areas above price after, because now I'm just going to focus on what's going to happen at this open. But there are some zones I'm really got my eye on above price. And I've got some zones below price that I'm looking for. 30 minute. Not much to see. Just the same thing. Got a little Asian session. We haven't swept the low of Asian yet. And we've just been pushing up. So I'm thinking that's why we can come down at some stage. Mind you, last Monday, we didn't sweep the low. So last Monday here, we just pushed bullish all the way. Then the Tuesday as well, we just pushed bullish. We didn't actually sweep that Asian low. Wednesday we did. Thursday we didn't. Friday we did. So it's not a must that we have to sweep the low lately in this last week. But I do think we're going to push down, take this little doji low at some stage today. Okay. On the 15 minute, not a whole lot to see. It's on the 20 minute. 20 minute is this is where I'm thinking we could reject from. This area, little imbalance candle. Okay, that's present on the 10 minute as well. Same area. So I'd like to see price like push up into this area. It'd be nice if it could push up now and then start to reject and close back down. On the 15 minute, we've got this area that I'm looking at. This is the low from London session before New York kicked in last week. And that started with a bit of an imbalance as well. I'm just going to adjust this line because it was this one here had no wick and then this one here had no wick. So I'm going to use the closing price. Okay. Now, let's go to 5 minutes. 5 minute wasn't anything. The thing I want to look at is the 3 minutes. 3 minute, we've got no wick here from Euro. This is where we sort of kicked off things. So I can imagine that this is going to be swept at some stage, at least this line. And then once we're getting down there, we can start going to these lower points of interest. And then the other area I've got in mind is for potentially the high of the next 30-minute candle, or this current 30-minute candle, is this little zone across here. I think this could pose a little bit of a problem, because this was a little bit of a liquidity grab. This wick grabbed liquidity. This one wicked up into it, and then we just went down and we broke structure, and we just continued down. So I can imagine at some stage inside, like we've got a little bit of inside 3-minute structure, okay, manipulation, 3-minute liquidity grab, and then we've got this imbalance candle. So I'm looking for rejections from one of these areas. So I don't really want to take breakout long. As much as this could work out, I don't really want to take that breakout long, because I find this area could push price down. So I'd rather be looking for longs from lower, or looking for actually to reject from here and take sells, just to get down to these price points again before we start pushing up. So on the 30-minute, I'm really hoping that this 30-minute candle can close bearish, but it's looking unlikely. It's looking unlikely. Yeah. So, but be careful with any breakout longs. I find look for like your 20. Look, if this candle is closing bullish, London a lot of the time will go that candle for like 20, 30 pips that way. But then you can have those rejections. Okay, so there's nothing stopping the next London open candle from doing something like this. There's nothing stopping it doing something like that. So careful on the breakouts if we do get that long wick back down before we get that great move up again, before then maybe pushing down. So just be careful of that whipsaw, okay? We've got 8 minutes. Let me just check if I need to do anything. Yeah, mate? Yep. No, that looks good as well. Little support created over here. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see. I didn't pick it up straight away, so call it Mo Zone. Let's see how that one just extended over. See how this one, how it reacts. But that looks good. I liked this structure. This gave a really nice opportunity on the weekend. Weekend that we covered on the weekend. I went to push up, came back, and went to the top, and then we had that resistance created, rejection, HCS, whatever you can call it. Whatever, head and shoulder. But that was a nice little move down. So yeah, let's see, Let's see what this zone. So I would love to see that liquidity grab and then start breaking down. Is Deb in here? She's not here. What do your color zones mean? This here is an order block. This blue one. Sometimes it changes the color though. These little gray areas are the like support resistance zones, when it's like not really a defined area. It's just more like space in between bodies, the wicks. This green and purple This is a higher time frame liquidity wick, just the wick. So this is giving me the 50% of it, the top of the wick, like the open of the candle, and then the low of the candle. The thicker black lines, like these ones, these are my monthly close levels. All other zones are labeled. The red ones, support resistance as well. I'm just trying to define some things a little bit more. Okay, looking over reacting off Mo zone. We'll go all chart view. So I got 30-minute bottom left, 15-minute top left, 5-minute top right, 3-minute, and bottom right. Friday was pretty slow as well, so let's not get too carried away. In this range, this is a pretty nasty little area. Hey, Tom. Okay, so no top wick on this 3-minute. At the moment, I don't want to counter the 30-minute candle. The breakouts are, just make sure if you're taking the breakout. I don't think I'm going to take this breakout. I don't like how we're pushed up so much. I would rather be looking for a bit of a pullback and then go up. Let me check the 1 hour. Yeah, be careful of this rejection from Mozone. Normally, you can really trust this 30-minute candle. Normally, this one is really trust. The occasion that it's not, I feel like this could be one of those. So if we're wicking up or rejecting, and then if we're doing like on this candle, if it pushes up, rejects, pushes up, starts reject again, then I would take that sell probably down to maybe like 20, 30 pips down to like that towards the Asian low. But I want to see it do up, come down, reject as high again, basically close under this little support. And then I think we can fill some of these clean candles, come back down to this area. The 1 minute that would be looking pretty interesting right now. Okay, got 20 seconds till they open. Okay, this is the open. I'm not in a trade yet. Seeing if this does a little liquidity grab. And if it starts to flip, come back up and then break this low the second time, then I might get into a sell. Alternately, if we can drive up, it will take a little bit of time waiting, but if we can start to form a resistance, multiple 3-minute candles, like two 3-minute candles, closing bearish, and then starting to break its low, then I'll look to go down as well from one of these areas. Probably, preferably, it's going to be this solid little thin black line, because this will be that 10-20-minute imbalance. Now, the breakouts, if you went with the breakout, it was good for 20 pips, nearly 20 pips, which is not bad for that breakout. But then this is what you got to be careful of, the flip. Okay, so if it can push up again and then start to show that resistance, then I'll probably take that sell. But right now I could do the bit of the wick fill. I'm going to target probably this area. Just need to close. We'll be in the clear once we can close underneath this bit. So even just waiting for it to close underneath here might be a good option. Impulsively, I think waiting for it to close would be nicer on here. Be the same area, and you're going to wait 1:30. But let's see what it does in the next minute. You're liking it, are you? Okay, 45 seconds. Oh, sorry, J blocks. That the yellows, the pre-London. The blue's the Asian session. Green is New York session. London's the standalone London part. All right, targeting down here. Morning, George. Should break through this little level. I am in this trade. I took it before. I took it before when it was rejecting when it came up. So when it went up, came down, and then when it went up again, that was when I had to get in then. When it was rejecting this area again. But break, I don't like the taking the break of the low. Because I feel like if I'm anticipating the break of the low, then I want to trust my anticipation to get in earlier, then take it here. Because too many times it can, once we're like rejecting this area a second time and pushing down, we're definitely going to take out some sort of support. But I don't want it to reject off of that support, especially when I'm trading on this account. I need to be a bit more aggressive because if I take the break of the low, I'm going to get 3 pips slippage. I'm going to probably get a bad entry and 3 pips spread on top of that. Well, I fully expect it would come up to this area again to retest it. Like even when I tried to get in, when it was rejecting here, my entry was here. Okay, I just seen on the terminal that this wick is not here on my terminal. Different broker though, of course. It's the Blue Guardian 8 cap, but that wick's like that. So it just bounced off that no wick, that little momentarily just went, popped up. Ivan, you're in this one. Very good. So I was taking the low of the 30-minute as well. If we can just get underneath there. If we can just close underneath there, that'd be nice. But it'd probably pull back for everyone else. The 30 minutes can be problematic because the 1 hour still, like look at the 1 hour. 1 hour still nice and healthy and bullish, and this could just be a pullback. But I won't let it become a losing trade, that's for sure. At max, wasn't quite at the area would one want to take anything, but I was up like 18 pips from low to here was 18, minus the spread, of course. Because this is the area I was actually thinking, because I want to look for longs, but I don't trust the longs. Oh, sorry, that was white. I don't trust the longs inside of this area just yet. So from top to the bottom, it's 30, 36 for this opening 50-minute candle, 36 pip range. It's okay, eh? It's not bad. I much prefer buying. Oh, it's going to break even me. Far out, man. Mike got stopped out. It's so crazy, the spread on this. That here, even though my entry is here, because I moved to break even, that there took me out. Spread widened. must I don't know if it did, but paying 3.2 pips spread on German 40 for this one, or an 8 cap. You got in long 190. Oh, the 20 EMA. Yeah, don't let it, like, if you're taking these sells, don't let it, like, because we are such a bullish trend, definitely don't let it become a losing trade. That push down wasn't quite enough to secure anything. Would have liked to have secured. But we know that the first trades in the first 10, 20 minutes, you gotta secure at like 20 odd pips or 30 odd pips. So I was at 18, so and then this thing came up to get me. I thought I'd actually survive that because entry was here. Ah, you look at this. Mo, did you get in on the retest? I slipped, yeah. Oh man. Morning, Hannah. Five minutes close, nice. We've got the little doji, taking the high of the doji now. Now we just if we can close underneath this doji, then I think we've got another 10, 15 pips to the downside, easy pips. But if we don't close underneath that doji, then this is potentially a rejection wick. This is a rejection wick. So right now you've got a little range of forming. So if we want to see something close outside of it. Daniel, all right, mate. Damn, if you, yeah, you can check the. Oh, it's probably not on there. Anyway, that's if you YouTube, all the information's on my YouTube. You follow those links again. The Discord's there. That's free for everyone. I'll pop it up later on. This is a squash price action. ACG is very different to TradingView. The retest of ACG 5-minute liquidity candle is perfect. Yeah, the retest of ACG on 5-minute liquidity from the downside. This one here. Sorry, 5-minute. You're talking about the dual doji, Joe? From upside. Is this a 5-minute candle, is it? 5-minute liquidity candle. Let me check 8 cap. Oh, up here. This one here. Yeah, Pepperstone versus the different brokers. All right, I wonder if we're going to. Let's see what it does here. I really don't want to. I can get around the buys now because we've done the pullback. I think this was very important to have happened. That's why I didn't trust the breakout initially, because of what I said. Like I already thought we could have that wick down that goes bullish, but we've still got to, like, this has been a pain. This 15,220 area. You can see like what it did all last Friday. Held resistance in Asian session. Liquidity grab, fell down. New York pushed up into this area and then got rejected. Then we had that rejection from here again, from basically that 3-minute liquidity grab that I had my eye on initially. It pushed down. I didn't see any reason here to get into longs at this point from my perspective. Underneath here is where I'm targeting. But right now, again, we're stuck in this area. So let's just see. Maybe it's done the perfect 5-minute liquidity retest. It's got to close below here. Yeah, that's right. So I don't feel too bad that I got stopped out. Well, it moved so quick that this candle here closed out my trade because I moved to break even, but it actually closed out at 1.5 pips profit because of the spread must have popped up and come down so quickly. But this one here definitely would have taken me out anyway. So at break even. So I don't feel too bad about it, but still. Now we push down. Bloody hell. So the anticipation entry sometimes is just not worth it. Because like once I get stopped out, well, once that trade closes, I find it quite difficult to re-enter immediately. And if I just waited for this candle to have closed and then waited for the retest, I wouldn't have been so worried about, like, I don't have that one trade closing and the next trade opening again issue. But the idea looks pretty lovely on here now. Yeah, that one has done it now. Yeah, Manny's in it. Oh, yeah, got it. Oh, so you did. Oh, you entered twice because the idea made sense for you. So took on the retest, came up, and got in again. Nice one, Manny. That's awesome. Oh, now look at it. Yeah. Secure down here, guys, at this 15,186. Took the short as the current M5 flip bearish. Testing the new platform out. Oh, yeah, good one. Good one, Alan. This is on the prop account as well, is it on the demo? Dave's in short. Congrats. On the demo, just getting used to the magic keys. Yep. Lead left hand. Lead left hand. What point will your bias be bullish? Oh, I wanted to do a liquidity grab from probably. I'd like to see the Asian low being swept, and then we start pushing back up again. So what I wanted to see is for me to go bullish, I want to see something like this and going down and sweeping liquidity from a session low, and then really closing back above here again. Then I can say we're going back up to the London high. But this is going to have to play out a bit. I definitely prefer the sells today rejecting from this area, because I really think all of last week bad news was good news, and this week bad news is probably going to be bad news. Joe entered twice as well. Closed full position, re-entered. Nice one. And closed full position just now. Yeah, that area was key. Siri, piss off. What are you doing?
I'm giving tips on easy things
now's my one
to
going
do to
across.
help the planet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 1 sec. No, sorry. As much like this is the imbalance on the 3 minute, but on the 5 minute, this is a liquidity candle. So the 50% of that liquidity candle, you can have some reactions. That's what I use this one for. So you can see, just put it on the wick, the GAN box on the wick. Okay, so from open of the candle to the bottom to the wick, the 50% can give you problems because that is a liquidity candle still. Go ahead, Mo. Do you want me to make this bigger? I'll make it bigger because I think on Trading Nut Stream, they've got the banner that covers a lot of the top of the screen. Yep. Yeah, this is the wick is the buy to sell. So where the buy to sell occurred, that could be the wick is the problem. Yeah, that's I prefer the wick. Actually, he's done more back testing where he's more confident with the body as well in scenarios. Where I definitely prefer the wick. Sorry, one sec. What was that? Mo, you're really quiet. Yeah. Go on. Yep. This one here, because of the spread of mine on this broker is like it'll flick up to 3.2. So my entry was like here, and then this one must have on the 8 cap it closed, but like even the lines like this, the trade. So like it must have wicked up, triggered the break even, but it wicked down and actually closed it out here. Mm-hmm. On the 1 minute, it's a bit sketchy. The time frame is very low, but not when you've got no top wick, it'll take that out first. Yeah, it's much better for entries when, like, for a resistance candle, if the resistance candle's got a top wick on it. Yeah, but put it above wicks for sure. Stop loss always goes above wicks. But the 1 minute is, you can see there's so many no wick candles. So I'd definitely prefer it. Like, see how the 3 minutes got no top wick? So definitely put it above a wick because the wick's the liquidity grab. So what you put your stop losses above liquidity grabs. Otherwise it will grab your liquidity. Going on to what you're saying about the body as well, that for me personally, I find it more reliable to take a trade off of the wick. But then if price, say this candle here closes and then this one here closes as well, and then price actually moves down, then I think if it comes back up, it doesn't need to retest this wick. It can retest this whole body area. So that's from my understanding or my beliefs. I'd prefer, like, in that case, once price actually significantly moves it down, then we may not get that that retest of the wick, but we get a retest of the candle's wick and body. You think Aussie gonna increase rates? I think they have to. I think if Michelle Bullock's serious about inflation, she has to. Retail sales are up. Employment will be rising as well because of the early hires for the festive season. Inflation hasn't moved for 4 months. Energy is getting more expensive again. So I think she has to. What the market did for last week was quite nice, because an easy way to trade the news is just trading like the week before the news, because we know there's the pricing in. So once it gets to the Aussie interest rates day, which is Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Oh gosh, computer gets so slow when I run all these things. But but like, so say, because the big four banks, I'll quickly go over to AED JPY. That was the one I was looking at last week. So if you're looking at them, so the big four banks, CBA, NAB, ANZ, Westpac, they all forecasted that rates are going to go up to 4.35% from 4.1. Just the rumor alone, a week before or 10 days before the news, will have them pricing in the potential for 4.35. And then when it gets to the day of the rates, when they lift the rates, price will go up momentarily and then come down, and then start building back up again. But it won't quite be like, it'll be, the odds are, I think they put in, most people think it's going to hike. So price would sit like here. If it was more of a 50-50% whether they're going to hike or not, price will probably settle somewhere in between. So if they hike, they'll have heaps of room to go up. If they if they hold, price will be able to come down. But that's if there's like a 50-50 odds. I think the odds of them hiking are far higher. So price is going to be closer to the rate, the expected move. Which city? What's that mean? Oh, sorry, you're talking about Marion trying to sell the house. Yeah, gotcha. She's in Queensland. Those sales are looking good. So retested there. See how like what happens at the retest. So you can really follow price action. So lovely to see. Price. I've got all chart view. So 30-minute. I'll fix that up. 15. So see where price had a reaction from that liquidity candle. Price pushed back up, retested this liquidity wick again. And we're just making these lower highs. So the structure's firmly to the downside. So this is really good for if we're going to go bullish later on. What we want to see is price continue coming down, and then start like, we want to see, this is an idea for New York, is that you want to see London do a pullback at some stage and then start driving down, like a pullback to the 50% or something like that of the current range at the time, and then start the drive down into a lovely point of interest or zone of interest to the downside. Gosh, I can barely write at the moment. And then you set an alert across here for New York. And once New York closes above that area again, then we can target 30, 40 pips to the top side. All right. Your bias today was bearish because price swept the Asian high first, but there was no strong bearish displacement after the high test bar, so you didn't enter from lead left hand. Yeah, it was a tricky one to have entered up here. You really would have had to have trusted it, and I didn't, because of the trend going so bullish. I really didn't trust the price action until we closed back down, came back up a little bit, and then started pushing down again. But once we closed below, then it made sense to take out this liquidity down here. It was just, this is annoying. The retest is annoying. Cool. All right, trading up, guys. Well, I'm going to end the stream on that one. I'm going to continue on my channel for longer. But I need to close one of these streams down because you can see my computer's just struggling. Okay, so that is on here. Okay, into the search YouTube for HaydosFx. Okay. This is what we do every morning. I'm going to continue on that. I'm going to close this one down. The idea was there for those sells. Just pretty hard one to have taken because the range is very small. You've got like 20 odd pips here. So much easier if you can find a 40 pip range and then be able to, you get 20 pips easy then, where this 20 pips felt like a bit of, like it was quite up and down, up and down, up, down. We didn't really have clean traffic down over here. All right, so I'll see you guys on my channel, Trading Nut, and I'll end it there. So see you tomorrow.